Hi, guys. So I'm going to do a little screencastify on a writing assignment. So I heard from a couple people that you hope that we learn more about writing. So your assignment for today, Thursday, is you have to write 4 to 5 sentences about your favorite things to do in spring. And you need to use the verbs or the adverbs slowly, beautifully, and quickly. 4 to 5 sentences. So, boys and girls, I've heard from a couple of your parents that sometimes we don't love doing our writing assignments, which makes me a little sad because you're such good writers. So, when I'm walking around the classroom and I say, oh my gosh, I love that you used the describing word, the adjective, or I love that you used a list of 3 things and you separated them with commas in the word and. I want to be seeing those things in your writing still. So maybe I'm going to have more pictures taken of your work to send to me just so I can see that you are doing your best work because I have great writers in my second grade class. So I'm going to do an example for you. So let me think of some things that I like to do in the spring. So I was just talking about bike riding. So that's one thing I like to do in spring. So I like to go for runs because the weather is changing. I also like to go for walks and get coffee and walk around with coffee. I also sometimes like to read a good book and watch it rain. So I'm going to start with a sentence. So my introduction sentence. One thing I enjoy doing in the spring is quickly walking to my favorite coffee shop and getting and I'm going to use some detailed words, caramel macchiato. Ooh, how do you spell that? I can right click and then hopefully it will spell it right for me. Oh, nope, I think that's right. So that's my first sentence. Notice that I use the word quickly to describe how I walked. So that's that adverb. So one thing I enjoy doing in the spring is quickly walking to my favorite coffee shop and getting a caramel macchiato. Oh, I forgot a word. I'm going to add it in there. You can use a caret, a little caret above if you forgot a word. I forgot the word decaf because I don't drink caffeine. And I uppercased my caramel, and that needs to be lowercased. So there's my first sentence. So I only had to have 4 or 5 sentences. One sentence is already done. The next sentence, the flowers bloom beautifully as I walk. I already used walk, so I'm going to delete that. I don't really like to use the same word 2 times. So let me think of another word that means something similar to walk. How about stroll? The flowers bloom beautifully as I stroll past my neighborhood. 2 sentences finished. And guess what? I used, oh no, ignore that, guys. My computer wanted to update. Okay, so I already got bloom beautifully. So, and stroll past I forgot my word. As I slowly stroll past my neighborhood. So I just used all 3 of my words in the first 2 sentences. And you know what? I like, instead of saying bloom beautifully, I'm going to put, instead of bloom beautifully, I'm going to say beautifully bloom. I think that just sounds like a little bit better. So I'm going to erase beautifully here, and I'm going to put it before bloom. Now, boys and girls, if you asked a famous writer if they wrote their story the first time and then were finished and published it and had people read it, they would laugh because no one ever does that. So if you make mistakes, go back and fix them because that's what good writers do. Okay, so I've got 2 sentences already done. And I used all my words already. So what else do I like to do? Riding my bike with Nick is something that brings me happiness. So there's a third sentence. Let's think of a 4th sentence. Oh, I said I really enjoy reading if it's raining outside. When the spring rains fall, comma, I enjoy reading a historical fiction novel. Okay, now boys and girls, look at my sentences. Let's check to see, do I start with the word and or but? One, the, writing, when? Nope. Did I start all of my sentences with a different word? One, the, writing, when? No. So I use different words to start my sentences, which is what good writers should do. And guess what? I just found a spelling mistake, so I fixed it. So, boys and girls, hopefully this helps with your writing. Now, I'm going to encourage you to use at least 6 words in a sentence. Try to use those adjectives, words that describe. I didn't just say I like to go get coffee. I said I like to get a decaf caramel macchiato. I didn't just say that the flowers bloom. I said they beautifully bloom. I used an adverb. Now, let's see. When the spring rains fall. Maybe I could say when the soft spring rains fall. So I'm going to have a closing sentence. These things fill my springtime and create, spelled that wrong, and create happy memories. So, boys and girls, there is my writing example. I'm going to challenge you. It's not required, but I'm going to challenge you. If you watch this video, have your mom or dad text me or email me what you wrote about what you like to do in spring, because that helps me to know what you like to do, first of all, and it helps me to check your writing. So I hope you guys have a wonderful Thursday, and I will talk to you later.